Ms. Stefanik.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to both of you, the witnesses here today. We've spoken a lot about Iraq, Iran, and I want to turn towards Syria. Ms. Wormuth, what is the U.S. policy toward the Assad regime? And the reason I'm asking this question is I believe that the brutality of the Assad regime has contributed greatly to the ability for ISIS to rise and gain strongholds in Syria.
Thank you, Congresswoman, for the question. Our policy towards the Assad regime specifically is that Assad has completely lost his legitimacy and his legitimacy to govern. He has created a situation where there's tremendous instability in his country. He's not really governing much of his country. There have been over 200,000 casualties, I believe, to date. And what we have to do, our view is that there isn't a strictly military solution to that problem. What we need to do is to find a political settlement that would have a transition where Assad leaves the government. And in terms of the ISIL challenge in Syria, what we are trying to do is develop a partner on the ground. We obviously don't have the same kind of partner on the ground that we have in Iraq, but we believe to be able to push ISIL out in Syria, we need to build that, and that's what our department's Train and Equip program is designed to do.
So do you agree with me when I state that the rise of ISIS in Syria is related to the brutality of the Assad regime in providing the circumstances that ISIS has been able to recruit supporters?
I would say that the tremendous instability in Syria has certainly been fertile ground for ISIL to spread.
And my other question is, so just to delve further on our policy towards Syria, is it that we oppose the regime in principle but have a policy of taking no actions that would harm the regime's survival?
Congresswoman, I think, again, our view is that fundamentally what we need to do is pursue a diplomatic and political solution that sees Assad leaving that government, that militarily there isn't a solution. You know, I wouldn't say we are taking no action. We have an extensive humanitarian assistance program underway to try to help support the Syrian population. We have worked with neighbors in the region like Turkey and Jordan and others to try to enhance their security as they deal with all of the refugee flows. But ultimately, we need to find a diplomatic solution.
I believe, Ms. Wormuth, with all due respect, that the administration's lack of leadership in dealing with the Assad regime and having a coherent Syria policy has led us to where we are today. Thank you for representing the views, but I fundamentally disagree. I yield back.
Thank the